Today, I will talk about corporate social responsibility or CSR. It is part of my series of lectures on management. This is my lecture outline. I will cover history of CSR, brief theories to explain CSR, definitions of CSR, components of CSR, terms related to corporate social responsibility, advantages and disadvantages of implementation of CSR, CSR dimensions, implementation of CSR, challenges in CSR implementation, monitoring and evaluation of CSR activities, and international bodies. CSR is actually is a competitive advantage, top management commitment, and a clear framework for implementing CSR programs is needed. Renowned strategic management experts have already linked CSR with the competitiveness of a firm. This has already been established with a perspective broader and longer than immediate short term profits. There are many benefits of CSR. So we need to think long term, and there are many benefits of implementation of CSR or doing CSR activities. So let us see what is history of CSR. It dates back to 1953 when Bowen proposed strategic CSR. Uh, he said that businesses have social responsibilities beyond those of economics alone. And the definition of CSR is given by Carroll in 1979. He said that the social responsibility of business encompasses the economic, legal, ethical, and discretionary expectations that society has of organization at a given point of time. So, this is the expectation of society which is given by Carroll in 1979. Then, what are the theories to explain CSR? One is stakeholder theory given by Freeman in 1984. So, who is a stakeholder? Stakeholder is any group or individual who can affect or is affected by the achievement of the organization's objectives. So, stakeholder theory claims that a corporation should not only consider the stakeholders' interest but also the interest of all stakeholders. So, not only shareholders but the interest of all stakeholders. Social contract theory given by Gray et al. In 1996. So, what society? Society can be conceptualized as a series of social contracts between the members of society. So, by this definition, business may be regarded as part of society and therefore should incorporate some degree of social morality in business behaviors. So, this is social contract theory. Then, legitimacy theory. Legitimacy is the societal perception that the actions of a firm are desirable, proper, or appropriate within socially constructed systems of norms, beliefs, and definitions. So, following the societal norms is the main principle behind CSR. So, let us see definitions of CSR. Uh, the European Commission states that CSR is a concept whereby companies integrate social and environmental concern. So it is both social and environmental concern in their business operations and in their interaction with their stakeholders on a voluntary basis. Although the word voluntary is here, but in various nations there are national laws which states that CSR is mandatory when there is when the profit of firm is beyond a specified limit. World Business Council for Sustainable Development said that CSR is the continuing commitment by business to behave ethically and contribute to economic development while improving the quality of life of workforce and their families, as well as the local community and society at large. So, this definition include workforce, their families, and community. So these are the two definitions. Then, so CSR is a comprehensive set of policies, practices, and programs that are integrated throughout business operations and decision-making process. and that are supported and rewarded by top management. So these are the essential components actually of implementing a CSR. And components of CSR, one is human right component, that is respect for employees, women's right, child labor, and social justice. Then worker right, health and safety of worker, education training of worker, compensation and benefits given to worker, environmental protection, so inside and outside the physical facility, community involvement, compliance with local laws, community assistance program, and employees volunteerism. Then supplier relations, preference for suppliers that adhere to some CSR principles, monitoring, that is management systems, accountability, reports, bonus on employment generation and maintenance, and stakeholders' rights. So these are various components of CSR. Then what are the terms related to CSR? So one is business ethics. So business ethics is the study of business situations, activities, and decisions where issues of right and wrong are addressed. So business ethics is not same as CSR, although it is similar. Then cause-related marketing. Here, a small part of the price is contributed to the identified cause, so it is not same as CSR. Then philanthropy. It is actually a charity. It is not same as CSR. Whereas CSR practices reflect a company's commitment to carry out its core operations in ways that create a win-win situation for both company and society. So it is a win-win situation of both company and society, unlike charity. Then corporate citizenship. This is a term which I will use later also. So uh, in this an aspirational metaphor for business to be part of developing a better world. So business is considered as a citizen. Hence, corporate citizenship can be regarded as more radical approach than CSR. Then what are the advantages and disadvantages of implementing CSR? So one is that investors are seeing CSR as central to their assessment of the company's success. Then CSR can be an aid to employee recruitment and retention because CSR improves the working climate and thereby increases employee loyalty, motivation, and productivity. Then availability of more highly qualified personnel as more people are attracted to socially responsible organizations. Then other advantage is brand differentiation and product differentiation. So differentiated products extract a premium price. Other advantage is superior reputation. So building awareness and a favorable image for a company and its products. So superior reputation may become one of the promotional tools a company can use. And these above factors lead to greater profits. Building a genuine culture of doing the right thing within a company can offset risks such as corruption, scandals, and environmental accidents. Because doing the right thing is the one of the core principle of CSR. By utilizing CSR strategies, companies can also reduce legal conflicts, unusual taxation, and regulations from government side. But there are certain disadvantages. So two disadvantages are cost and impairment of company's performance. How it is? There are two categories of cost, management decision cost and operational cost. For example, a company practicing CSR needs to pay higher salaries to its staff, exhibit high security standards, and require new energy saving devices. So there is cost associated with implementation of CSR. Then CSR may be considered a dilution of company strategies as companies has to take responsibility for issues that the government and other international bodies should be addressing. So what are the dimensions of CSR available for companies' involvement? These are the dimensions: workplace, marketplace, community, environment, governance. So workplace, the CSR activities include better remuneration, work-life balance of employees, training, health and safety of employees. So by doing these CSR activities, what is the benefit for firm? There is less sick leaves, there is higher motivation, and there is less employee turnover. So these are advantages. Then marketplace dimensions, better product quality, fair price, fair business partnership. The advantages to the firm are more customer satisfaction, improved production process, development of new products. Then community dimension, what are the CSR activities? Sponsoring of events, community activities by employees, and donations. What are the advantages? Better reputation of firm and higher identification of employees in community. Then environmental dimension, what are the CSR activities? Save energy and in turn reduce cost. Use of renewable energy, taking care of environmental impacts of project site. So advantages to farm include less energy and cost, improved image, potential for innovation. Then finally, governance dimension. CSR activities include transparency, accountability, and succession planning. The advantages to farm are better reputation and better profitability and sustainability. So how do we implement CSR? So this is step one, current position. Assess the current corporate social responsibility position and define aspirations. This include what is the company's overall aspiration in the market? How important is CSR in achieving this aspiration? Who are the key stakeholder groups? Step two is setting of CSR goals. What should be the company's specific corporate social responsibility goals? Then prioritize corporate social responsibility options with the help of the knowledge of value chain and CSR funnel analysis. Step three is define and design core elements of the CSR program. So decisions must be made related to target market, geographical scope, operational and involvement, partners to be involved, and experience required. These are the core elements. Then we should build a CSR business case, including time frame and tangible and intangible benefits, and how these benefits will be shared between internal and external stakeholders. So this is how we make a business case for CSR. Then finally, after implementation of CSR, we will do monitoring and evaluation. I will talk about monitoring and evaluation in my lecture a little later. Then CSR as a challenge in implementation. So the board has to ensure that a confidential information channel exists in an organization to ensure that crucial CSR information reaches top management of the company. So this is essential and a challenge. CSR management requires a system for identifying the most significant stakeholders. So there are many stakeholders which will identify who are the important stakeholders. Then there is a need to develop resources such as sustainability reports, ethical guidelines, and management control systems based on input from significant stakeholders. Then investments to enforce CSR require attention to both the long-term building of company reputation and the ability to handle unexpected CSR incidents in a systematic and professional manner. So these are challenges in implementation of CSR. Then how do we monitor and evaluate CSR activities? CSR tracking may synonymously be referred to as CSR monitoring and evaluation. It may be internal monitoring, external monitoring, or monitoring by third party or independent party. And these are the indices which may be used for monitoring of CSR activities. Interested viewers may refer the internet for detail on these indices. Then let us see international bodies involved in CSR. One is United Nations Global Compact. The United Nations Global Compact is a voluntary initiative which was launched by United Nations in the year 2000. The compact seeks to promote responsible corporate citizenship. So this is the corporate citizenship concept which I talked before in this lecture. So that business can be part of the solution to the challenges of globalization and help to realize a more sustainable, and inclusive global economy. Then the principles of global compact, there are 10 principles which can be divided into four, that is human rights, labor standard, environment, and anti-corruption. This I have taken from a textbook on corporate social responsibility. Then Global Reporting Initiative, popularly known as known for its sustainability reporting guidelines. The Global Reporting Initiative is a multi-stakeholder initiative formed to develop globally applicable guidelines that can be used voluntarily by companies to disclose their intervention and contributions toward economic, environmental, and social issues. So, this is a kind of a reporting guideline. Then, World Business Council for Sustainable Development, WBCSD, is a CEO led global association of over 200 companies dealing exclusively with business and sustainable development. This is its website. Then ISO. So ISO 26000 is a standard related to CSR, and it has included these issues, that is organizational governance, human rights, labor practices, environment, fair operating practices, consumer issues, community involvement, and development. As we have seen previously, that these are important components of CSR. So this is all for today. Thank you very much.